wonderful viewers. This is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. We welcome you once again to this program. We are right here at the Gambia College to witness the training on reusable sanitary pads. As you can see, they have chosen some students and teachers of the Gambia College who are actually part of this training. Please stay connected as we continue with the program. Thank you so much. Bali maninkol nakamuelal balbe konton ba fulali alkan ibe fine TV gamele only viewpoint bimbalek gamya college training na weke kan training ni yalong ho sanitary parts olo musol ka mi use ibole training ni najang ye teacher told dol deka nin karam dun no mi yalong pebe gamya college olle be ni training najang training ni start to bring 4 days ago. Bilon tilina in Jondi. So Friday, the training ni ba kuvala inshallah. Bitung al sebulan no kang be ba pidin la le mumbe hapun kan jam de interview de manin kala. Lon nin kawo nin jabiro ni mol mini yalon ko inata ni training ni attend inshallah. Allah barka bakal kan jibe nyam. Kala de la musol fala jay be ni sanitary pad ni ba kala karakang be ngalon ne ni part sol mene yalon ko ike sam biti ko do expensive tala demanding bar ni ndo be nyame ni ada um among expensive wo nyama bagian ya fu nyame ala side effects mansia. If you are joining us right now, this is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. We are inside the Gambia College to witness the training of teachers and students of the Gambia College on reusable sanitary pads. As you can see, the training is ongoing. It started since Monday. Tomorrow, Friday, will be the deadline for this particular training. As you can see, well, we'll be having interview with some of the members of this particular event, and we want to know actually how this training came about and what are the importance of this particular training. Thank you so much.
Okay. Once you have the press buttons attached, you can fold the part anyhow you want it. Huh? You can fold it this way. have it this way. If the pad is used and stained, or it is clean, you want to pack them in the storage bag, you can fold it again. You have it this way and put them in the storage bag. So the storage bag is what we are going to make tomorrow. So you have all the packs packed like this in the bag.
Viewers, we have a gentleman here whom we want to have interview with, and he'll be telling us how this particular training came about. I think he's also part of the trainers here. Sir, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, good morning, boss. First of all, I'm not a trainer, I'm just part of the facilitators. I am Ismail Aboyang. I'm a lecturer here at the Gambia College, and I'm the focal person for comprehensive health education at the Gambia College.
Yes, Ismaila, can you tell us how this particular program came about, please?
Okay. First of all, before I get to the details, I will want to dedicate and acknowledge Fabian Grant and of course IDRC, that's International Development Research Center, for funding comprehensive health education. This training is as a result of comprehensive health education. Our comprehensive health education provides individuals the opportunity to take care of their health and their well-being. And that having been said, sanitary products or sanitary pads are part of that, taking care of themselves and their well-being. Now, I dedicated and acknowledge, of course, Vivian. Vivian is the lead researcher in terms of comprehensive health education, having to see what is it that our society needs, what is it that is going so well, which we should applaud, and what is it that is not going so well so that we can improve it. And that research came up with some of the findings, part of which is there is need for us to introduce what we call creation of sanitary pads, which if we do, there are so many benefits to it. Okay? So part of those benefits is that sanitary pads, which are reusable, which they are making right now, first of all, it has an environmental impact. Because if you look around, there is so much of indiscriminate dumping, okay? Waste almost everywhere. But when we deal with this, we don't have to be wasteful again, because after using it, you can just wash it and then keep it until the next menstrual cycle when you need it. Okay? Now, if we talk about this in details even more, we will move it to the school level. When you go to the school system, it is such that girls that are going to school sometimes find it very difficult, okay, to regularly go to school, simply because every month there is that tendency that they will go through menstrual cycle. And if that happens, the bleeding, obviously, some of them it takes them 3, others 5, some 7 days. So the school has limited resources to give them disposable sanitary pads. So a result of which the provision of this gives them an opportunity for retention in school. I think part of the reason why we are even having this is in relation to that, so that people will be given the knowledge, the skills, and the attitudes to be able to produce these particular materials for themselves and be able to use them when there is need for it.
Yes. Some might say that this particular training can be meant for only women. So why do you think it is important for the male counterpart to be part of this particular program?
That notion will take us to what we call gender. Okay. You know, it's the perception that the society has. It's a stereotype. In other words, we just simply generalize things. But honestly speaking, this is a skill. And when we talk about skills, we are actually referring to what we can do, which can keep us go in positively. We can earn resources from it, because whoever is trained in this, whether male or female, at the end of the day, you can set up your own institution where you will be making so many of these reusable sanitary pads and you sell them. So economically, you will be uplifted, you will become independent, you will contribute to the economy of the state generally. So it's an opportunity for everyone, not just, female domain. This is general, it's for everyone. And by the way, gentlemen or males, they have sisters, we have our mothers, we have our wives. So if you are trained in this skill and you are now, qualified to be able to make your own, you can make it for your sisters, you can make it for our mothers or your wives even. And then that prevents you from dipping your hand into your pocket to go to the shop to buy a sanitary, disposable sanitary product, which by the way will lead to waste dumping, So that's the advantage that we have. And that's why every man or woman, regardless of what society thinks, should take this as an opportunity. Yeah.
What importance do you think this training have on you particularly?
Well, as a person, and I will extend, of course, to the rest of the college. As an individual, it gives me the opportunity to play my part towards societal development. First of all, remember I spoke about certain importance mutedly, but now I think I have to talk about them in detail. If we talk about the environment is everyone's responsibility. Today we are talking about climate change. Part of the reason for climate change and all these crises we are going through is because we are not taking good care of the environment. So this is an opportunity for us to prevent discriminated dumping or waste, having so much of waste around. So as an individual, it has saved me the trouble of contributing to the pollution, waste pollution. All right. Two, it gives me the opportunity, to actually get money. This can be a business. Even though we want to help individuals, you can make the price, very reasonable for people to get. So you have a sword in double-edged form. You can help the society by providing the materials for them while you are economically uplifting yourself. So that's why it's so important to me. But health-wise, this is safe. I know where it is coming from. I know the materials that are used. But the ones that we are disposing, do we know what they are made of? We don't know. Are they, safe for us? We do not know. Or even wherein we know, but we may be skeptical about it. But for this, I know what the materials are constituted to form it, how it was made. And these are just materials that are breathable. Okay? They are breathable. That means they have that ability to actually allow air in and moisture. So that obviously are some of the reasons why I trust this training so much, and I love it. I love the fact that it is coming into the Gambia now, and I hope that it becomes something that everyone will grab. So those are personal gains. But collectively, as an institution, this is the institution where home science teachers are trained. Now, earlier on, comprehensive health education team will go to schools to train other teachers in the school system. But now the target is, after one of our meetings, a suggestion came that we need to target the Gambia College simply because that's where the output is coming from, where all the teachers trained are coming from the college and then being sent to schools. So if that target point is captured and they are trained, then any teacher that is moving the college, going to other schools, will obviously be part of those that are trained, and that gives the opportunity for sustainability. Because these trainings can no longer, may not be able to continue forever. But when you have people that are trained from the college, each sent to a school, and they are also training, then it becomes a sustainable activity. This is why it's so important for the college also. Yeah.
So what message do you have for some men who might think that this kind of training is useless? What message do you have?
It's similar to one of the questions you asked. Most men, well, I can't blame them much because of the fear of stereotype, the stigma that they may likely face, people looking at you and calling you, look at that woman or so. Perhaps that's the reason. But the message is very simple and clear. You don't have to think about what people will say. Think about what you will gain from it. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing. If it is beneficial to you and the society, just grab it. Forget about whoever is going to say. Yeah.
So, what will be your final message to our viewers?
My final message is there's a crime that I've committed, which I want to correct now. I need to acknowledge the Gambia College also for actually making me the focal point. Okay, there are so many people here at the college, but never mind that. They choose me to be the focal point for comprehensive health education. So I owe them a lot because whatever I'm learning from CHE is actually benefiting me more than the institution itself. Okay, so that correction need to be on records. Okay. Afterwards, I would say that we have a stake to one another, okay, and that what binds us together is greater than what drives us apart. And if we believe in the truth of that proposition and act on it, it's impossible to solve all our problems, but I am sure we will get something meaningful done. And this training is one of those things that will help us to get something meaningful done to our young ones in the school, to our wives and mothers and ourselves, because at the end of the day, the collective well-being of every individual should be something that we should be concerned about. Thank you.
Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you too. I hope I don't know summary.
Viewers, we are still continuing with the training. As you can see, we will still continue the interview. Now, the students who are here. Yes, sister, can you tell us your name?
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Katindao. Advanced diploma, secondary year 1.
Okay. Are you also part of this training, right?
Yes, I'm also part of the training. I'm selected to be part of the training.
Okay. Can you tell us what is the importance of this particular training?
Okay. This training is so important because it will bring awareness to the students, and also it's very important because most of the students, I might say, can't afford this reusable sanitary pads. Because when we talk about the price now, the sanitary pads, the cost is very expensive now. At first it was 35, now 45, and now as time goes on, the price may increase every time. You understand? So with this training, you can use this reusable sanitary pads. See, this is how we made it. This is the last part of it. You understand? So with this, you can use it, and then like for a minimum of 1 year, you can use it like after using it, you can wash and store it. You understand?
So are you saying you can use one for a minimum of 1 year? Only
Like not only one.
one? Okay.
Like you can be changing it. You understand? So after your menstrual cycle is done, then you can wash it and then iron and pack and store it. So
Why do you think it is important to iron it?
it's important to iron to kill the microorganisms from it, because the genital part is very sensitive, and then one have to be very, very sensitive about it to take care of it. Yes.
What will be your message to other Gambia College students?
My message to them is that they should also try to know how to sew this for those who cannot afford the price, and even this is environmental friendly. You understand? It is comfortable, and then my message for them is to try and then use these sanitary pads.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, another sister is here. Can you tell us your name, please?
My name is Kubadamfa,
Madam Fa.
a second year student
Yes. Can
doing
you, okay.
a second year student, a second year student doing advanced diploma primary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So can you tell us how are you choosing to be part of this particular? How
Yeah.
did you choose you to be part of this program?
Yeah, I'm doing home science as my elective subject. Yeah, so I was chosen in the class to represent my advanced primary here too.
Since you started this training, what have you learned?
Oh, I have learned a lot. Yeah, because one, I have learned that we can use this reusable parts for a maximum of 6 to 4 hours. Yes. Yeah.
And what are you?
I also learned that these usable parts, you can keep it for a longer period of time. Yeah, because this other one that we are buying from the shop, the moment you use it, you have to throw it away. But this reusable sanitary pad, you can use it and reuse it again for dozens of times. Yeah, and it is also comfortable, and it is also good for our health. Yeah, and it will not burn you. Yeah, it will not burn.
Does it have any side effect?
Side effect, it might have, but to me, the positive effects are I focus
More
on
than
are
the
more
side
than the
effect.
side effect. Yes. Yeah.
So, what will be your final message to the viewers?
Okay, my final message to my colleagues after this training, because I have learned a lot. I have learned how to cut. I have learned how to make it up to the final stage. So after this training, if I have the material, I will make a step down training to my colleagues that are out there so that they can also know how to make it and reuse it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We have another medal here. Hold it. Yes, can you tell us your name, please?
Yes, my name is Madam Aisatu Newland Seka.
Can you tell us how you were selected to be part of this training?
Okay, I am a home science lecturer at the Gambia College. I lecture clothing and textile.
So, what has this training impacted on you?
Yes, this is very much important. We used to make sanitary pad for our coursework for renovated article, but it was not done like this. This one is of more quality than the previous ones that we used to make. We used to make sanitary pads, but we don't use the correct material. But now we have seen the correct material, like the leak-proof material, which is not definitely readily available in the Gambia. But I think they will help us now to get them and be using them so that we have quality sanitary pad. Yes.
What new thing have you learned since you started this particular training?
Yes, the new things are the materials themselves. It's because we are now using cotton, 100% cotton material. Before, students bring any material. Maybe it's not 100% cotton, sometimes it's 80 something or 50 something percent cotton. But now we have learned that they should use 100% cotton and they should use leak-proof materials. Yes, so that it is more effective than using any other material. And then the materials that they used to use are sometimes materials that are already used, like they will go to the market and buy second-hand towels or second-hand cotton materials. But now I have learned that they should use materials that are never been used by anybody. Yes, because we don't want to encourage germs in these sanitary pads. So they use good quality materials, cotton, that are germs free, yes, and that can absorb blood.
Yes. After this training, do you think such kind of training will be used in your class? Because you said you are a teacher, right?
Yes.
Would you like to do this particular kind of training with your people?
Of course, yes, yes, yes. We're going to continue this. We're going to use it so that every home science teacher that we train here, every clothing and textile teacher that we train here must be able to use this so that when they are posted to schools, they can also transfer this knowledge to their schools because most of them are dealing with girls. Yes, and then these are the girls that need this most. Yes, so they have boys also in their classes, and then boys also can be trained to do this because those boys also have their sisters, their mothers, you know, and then when they grow up, they marry women, and then for cost effective, boys also must be trained to do this. So if we train our students, both male and female students, when they go out to teach, they'll be able to do this and can be use it as their coursework because so many times they do courseworks that are not very useful. After doing it, getting the grade, you don't use that article anymore. But with this, if they do this as an article, yes, it can be used. Boys can give it to their sisters, you know, to their cousins.
Yeah, some might say that this particular kind of training is meant for only girls. Why do you think it's important to include men in this particular kind of training?
Yes, as I have said earlier, you know, here we consider males as the head of the family. They are the breadwinners. So if males can do this, if males can do this, you know, if males can do this, it can help them in their homes. You see, it's cost effective. They don't have to use money to buy sanitary pads, which are not very good from the shops. Instead, they can make this, give it to their wives, train their daughters how to do them. You see, so I think to me, it's better even to train the males. Yes, because they are the breadwinners. They are the head of the family. So if they have skills in making this, they can also train their wives, train their daughters, you know, train their family members so that they don't have to use money to go and buy sanitary pads. As the name implies, is reusable. This one you can use it for many times, and then you wash, just take care of it, wash, dry, keep it, and then use it the next month. So it's very cost effective and also is very environment friendly. Yes, as you can see everywhere in the environment, you have parks lying around in the streets and everywhere. But with this, I think you will never see it in the streets anymore. It's just to use them, wash them, dry them, and store them. Yes.
Now, after making this thing, are you gonna sell it or you gonna give it free of charge?
It can be for sale. Yes, it can be for sale. Yes, because it's a skill that we have learned. Yes, we can use it to earn more money. Just make it reasonable for everybody to afford it, because that is our aim. So we can take up this as business, make, sell, get money. We can also make and donate to people, especially people who cannot afford it. We can make as many as we can, donate to the girls. Yes, donate it.
But your objective is to train more men and women.
Yes, we want to train more because we deal with them, we lecture them here, and we teach them. So we're going to train them. From here, we're going back to the classroom and train. Every girl must be able to do this. All our students, even if it is possible, we train everybody in the college, both male and female, to be able to do this. It's not only for home economics students, it's for everybody to be able to do this, because we are all from homes. And in our homes, we have girls there, we have young women there. So if we train them here, they will go back to their homes and also train them. So my target is not only for the home science students, but for everybody. Yes, whether you are a home science student, whether you are a male, whether you are a female, you must be able to do this. Because even without doing home science, we boys do give money to their wives, to their sisters to buy. So if they are able to do this, instead of giving them money to go to the shop and buy things that are not very good for them, they can also help for them to be able to do this. So for me, it's for everybody. Everybody must be able to do this. This has come for everybody. Whether you are a home science teacher, whether you are a male or a female, you must be able to do this. Even you before you leave today, you must be able to do this.
Okay. What will be your final message before we leave?
My final message is even you must be able to do this. Everybody must be able to do this. This is environment friendly. This is cost effective. This is very hygienic. It's chemical free. Yes. So everybody must be able to do this.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you.
Can I have your attention? Once the pad is ready, you know how to fold it in different ways. Huh? So now, how to use it with the underwear. So you take the pad, the wax material or the bottom layer, you place it on to the underwear. So the topper faces you, but this is the part that will be in touch with the genital area. So the buttons are there to secure the part in place, in position. Just like the way any sanitary pad, you place the display. So the part, you have the sanitary pad like this. Huh? So when you remove it, if it is stained with blood and you are in a place where you cannot wash it, it's not a problem. You just take the pad, fold it round, put it in the storage bag. So that is why we will make two storage bags. One storage bag for the clean part and the other one for the used part. Because we know that in schools we don't have water most of the time. So once the part is stained, you put it in the storage bag, and then you use a different part on the underwear, and the person can use it. Once you go home, you soak it in water and then wash it, dry, iron it, and all. So basically, this is how you use it and place it on top of it. Oh wow! So from the ones I showed you is the same. This is the same material. And this is a leak-proof material. This is leak-proof. This is leak-proof. For us, we use this and the leak-proof. This one, the leak-proof comes this way. It's in the form of,
So what other activities like the material before the leak-proof? If you put the leak-proof at the back, if you put the leak-proof at the back, and then you have the other one inside, what do you think?
the leak-proof has
Outside.
to be inside.
No, outside.
No, they are specifically designed leak-proof that you can put outside, like this one.
Okay.
It's different
From this one here.
So this is a different material. So you have different materials that you can use, but these are the materials that meet international standardization requirements. Yeah. So these ones we are improvising because this one is available.
Viewers, we will still continue with our interview, and now we are with the organizers of this particular program. She will get to introduce herself, then later we'll go to the interview proper. Madam, can you tell us Your name, please.
My name is Fatmata Kasama. I am from Girls Pride. This training is organized by the CHE project, and I am the one doing the training for the home science lecturers and also home science students from Birkama campus and Basse campus for Gambia College.
Why do you decided to choose the Gambia College to be part of this particular program this time around?
So we believe that for us to be able to scale up this initiative and also have it in a sustainable way, we need to train educators, because the lecturers are the ones who educate others. If you train one lecturer, they can train hundreds of students. So it's better than training one student who will go with the skills. He or she might not even transfer the skills to anybody. But once the trainers or the educators are trained, so it means you are giving more people the opportunity by just training one person. Yeah. That is why we decided to come to the college to do the training of trainer program for the educators, not just the students.
Others will want to know the duration of this particular event since you have started. How long does it take since you started training the people, training them, to be part of this particular program? How long?
The training started on Monday. Today is day 4, and you can see just within 4 days, they were able to make reusable sanitary pads. So each day we do one step, and then they do it repeatedly to master the step before we move to the other step. So usually we do a minimum of 5 days to 6 days training for people who we expect to be able to conduct training for others. Because this way you need to take them through the step one by one and allow them to master the steps before you move to the other step. So that by the time you complete the week-long training, they can go out there on their own, bring out all the materials, and also teach others step by step.
Madam, coming to your selection processes, how do you select them? How do you select them? Is it that you just pick them at random, or you just identify the people you know?
As mentioned earlier, all the lecturers for home science are part of this training. 4 are from the college Brikama campus and 1 is from the Basse campus. So we have few students. This way students can also, because these are students who are going, next time they are going to the schools for their teaching practice. So they can easily engage students in the schools, whilst the lecturers will engage the teacher students who are learning to become home science teachers in the future. But we have students too who will go to the field and also do the training. So the selection is not biased. All the lecturers offering home science in the college are part of. And then a few selected students who are expected to go to the field are also selected, because we want the impact to be felt within 3 months.
So what are the response of the students and teachers since you started this process?
I would say it's positive. When we started, some of them were skeptical. What am I making? One of them said, I don't think I can recommend this because the steps were not completed. But now she is super happy with what she is making. So I would say the selection for the students is awesome. The lecturers, I won't say anything because they are already experts and they have a lot of experience in sewing. So we were expecting to have challenges with the students, but we didn't encounter any challenges. They are all experts. They are doing neat stitches, and then things are going very well. Yeah.
Some will like to know a lot about this reusable sanitary pads. Does it have any side effect?
So in life, there is 2 sides of everything. Huh? But it depends on how you take care of it. So the reusable sanitary pad, it's like any other pad. If you don't use it properly, you can have some issues. similar to the disposable sanitary pads. In as much as we want to use and throw, try to avoid washing. Even if you buy the most expensive disposable sanitary pads, if you don't use it properly, at the end of the day, you will have issues. So it's a matter of you knowing how to use and care for the sanitary pads, and also how to take care of yourself as a menstruator or as a woman who is bleeding. So if you use the sanitary pad, you don't change it at the required time, you will give yourself problems. You expose yourself to infections, itches, and discomfort, similar to the disposable pad. So it's a matter of knowing how to use it properly, when to change the pads, how to wash it, how to keep them clean, how to store it, and everything surrounding menstrual health and hygiene management, and the use of reusable sanitary pads.
Yes, others might ask this question. The reason, I don't know, the reason why you decided to come up with this activity, is it that you want to expand the use of these other sanitary pads? Want them to concentrate on the reusable sanitary pad than the other one that they normally sell at the shop?
Yes, so in the Gambia and around many developing countries, or countries that are considered low income, we have challenges when it comes to having sanitary products for women. Every day we see the number of babies that are born, and the female population is higher than male population across the world. And the menstruation is a normal biological process that every woman goes through, whether you like it or not. It's not a matter of choice. So it means throughout your life, once you get to the puberty stage, you will see your period, and there is no other way you can manage it without the use of sanitary pads. You know, you can use other materials like tissue, old pieces of rags. People use leaves, so many unhealthy materials, which exposes them to a lot of infections, or exposes them to get involved in issues like transactional sex, where women or girls will sleep with people just to be able to have money to buy sanitary pads, or you use old pieces of clothes, as sanitary pads. But with the use of reusable sanitary pads, and why we came up with this initiative, it's to address pad poverty among people from low-income families, and also people who are health conscious, and people who want to uh, use environmentally friendly products, because we are all experiencing the changes in the weather, the climate change, and global warming, and all that, and we know the effect of the disposable sanitary pads. First, waste management in the Gambia is very poor. When women use sanitary pads, they either dispose them in the dustbins like that, then, or they flush it in the toilet. It blocks the sewage system. When you throw it in the dustbin, those who do the garbage collection are exposed to a lot of risks. People cleaning toilets are exposed to risks. Even if you throw it outdoors, we know how garbages end up, in the backyard. So some people throw the garbages at the riverside. It gets to the water bodies. So all these things, and animals will come and feed on the disposable sanitary pads, or kids will touch it. When kids touch parts that are stained with blood, they go and touch food and eat. They can have gastrointestinal infections or diseases. So there are a lot of effects that disposable sanitary pads have on us, our health, and that of our environment. So that is why we are promoting the use of reusable sanitary pads. This way, once you start using the reusable sanitary pads, there is nothing like throwing. So it reduces the amount of waste that is on the environment, and also it saves you money. You can use the reusable pads for 1 year or more. You don't have to buy pads all the time, and also they are healthy because you are using something that you are making. You know what is there. There is no chemical, so you can assure yourself that what I'm using is healthy. The disposable sanitary pads, you don't know the cocktails of chemicals that are in it, and because it contains plastic, most people or some people get reactions when they use it. So one, we want to eradicate pad poverty. We want to promote healthy menstrual hygiene management practices, and we also want to eradicate sexual and gender-based violence induced by period poverty, and also reduce the amount of plastic waste that is generated during menstruation from disposable sanitary pads.
Madam, this is a question that I ask many of these people here. Why do you think it is important to include men to be part of this particular program?
So we cannot achieve gender equality without all genders. So if you say you want to address a problem and just focus on one gender, know that you will go, you make progress, but you will not get to your destination. So these issues that we are facing needs comprehensive approaches. Men need to know how to make sanitary pads, or they need to know how periods come about and how to manage periods. And also, we need to involve them, even if they are not making sanitary pads. We need to involve them to know their responsibilities as fathers, as brothers, as uncles, as friends. If your child starts seeing periods, the same way you give your child money to buy textbook or school fees or buy uniform, you should give them that same way. You should give them money to be able to buy sanitary pads every month, because they will menstruate. So if you give your child money to buy book, you don't give them money to buy sanitary pad, a time will come for your child, the sanitary pad will be more important than the book. Assuming if I don't have a sanitary pad, I'm seeing my period, I don't have sanitary pad, I cannot go to school. Do you think I will have time to read the book that you bought for me? Or if you buy books for me, you can buy expensive books for me, but I have to starve myself to save money to buy sanitary pad for myself at school. That means I'll stay in class hungry. Whatever the teacher is teaching, I will not understand. Or I might go and involve myself in other issues just to get money to be able to buy sanitary pad. So that is why with our advocacy, we involve men around menstrual health and hygiene management, and also how to make sanitary pads. You will see that with the CHE project and through the partnership with Girls Pride, you will see that the CHE project has trained a couple of students, lot of students, and some of the participants are actually boys in the schools, boys offering home science department. They are learning how to make sanitary pads, and the project has established pad banks in the schools where boys make sanitary pads for their sisters in the schools and also at home and in the community. So basically, that is the reason why we know that we cannot achieve gender equality just by empowering women and girls. So everybody has to come on board to bring their efforts and then expertise and also experience, because we need men to stand as the he for she and also push the agenda for gender equality and also empower women and girls. Once men know their role and the importance, it's easier for us to move as a community than just educating and empowering one group of people in the community.
Madam, some will say this particular training is only concentrated in the urban areas. Are you thinking of going to the rural areas to introduce this particular training there as well?
So there are a couple of initiatives around doing reusable sanitary pads. So this CHE project, it's for Region 1. That is why the project only trains students and teachers in Region 1. That is why we have that limitation. However, for example, as Girls Pride, last month we did a training for 26 home science teachers in North Bank region, 25 in North Bank region, from 25 different schools, who will continue training their students. And next month we are going to LRR to train another 25 teachers from 25 schools, and then scaling up. So the CHE project, once it has approval to scale up in rural Gambia, it will train more people. And there are other initiatives done by Gambians and also philanthropists and other NGOs training people on reusable sanitary pad production. So it's not just in Greater Banjul area, but it's something across But it just depends on who is doing the training and the quality and then, the expertise involved in the training. But there are a lot of trainings or initiatives going on around reusable sanitary pads.
Madam, coming down to the challenges, what are some of the difficulties that you encountered since you started this particular process?
With the training, like I said earlier, getting the right material is a challenge. The materials that meet international standardization for reusable sanitary pad productions are not available in the Gambia, so you improvise. But with us, when we do our training, what makes us different from others is that we use leak-proof materials, unlike others. The leak-proof, we have the cotton materials that we use to improvise. And the difference here is the leak-proof materials, because this is the material that is going to protect the menstruator or the user of the sanitary pads from staining themselves. This is what keeps the blood away from leaking. So once you make a reusable sanitary pad and you don't have a leak-proof material, the security it's compromised. So, and most people doing reusable sanitary pad trainings around, some, I cannot say all, but I know majority are not using leak-proof materials. So it's a challenge because the materials are not available in the Gambia. So if you want to do this kind of training, you really need to invest, get the right materials, and do the right training, because you don't want to train people to do something that you don't have expertise and knowledge in. At the end of the day, this is skills. One person is going to train, a couple of people or many people. So if I train one trainer the wrong way or give them the wrong information, it means I am spreading the wrong information throughout. So the challenges are having the right materials. Aside from that, it's pretty easy to make reusable sanitary pads. You just need guidance on the steps to follow step by step, and within few days you can make reusable sanitary pads on your own.
Finally, Madam, what will be your final message to our viewers?
I would just say this has been an impactful and successful week-long training with the CHE project and collaborating with the Gambia College lecturers. You see, they left their classes, they are here for a week just to be able to get this skill so that they can go and teach young people. We all know when it comes to girls having issues around their periods, they run to the home science departments. So working with them, it's going to create a big impact for the project and for the Gambia. So I would like to thank them, our aunties and mamas, for leaving their work for 5 days to come and learn a new skill. They are experts in sewing, so it's pretty easy working with them. And also the students, they've been encouraging the students, and the students are also very dedicated. So what I would say to the viewers is, this is a project that anybody can do in your community. You just need to get the right material and people with the right knowledge and expertise to come and do training. Once you have a training of trainer program, those people will be able to do step-down training. Because at the end of the day, we have 10 participants here. At the end of the day, each of these participants is expected to train 20 people. Imagine, just within 1 week, you train 10. And each of those people, they can train 20 people. That means you have a target of 200 people who will benefit. So you can see the ripple effect. Assuming those 200 people, each of them, train even one person, you get more people. So I'm calling on viewers, donors, people who want to contribute to any community projects in their own community or anybody, let them support and help girls eradicate period poverty by making their own sanitary pads and not depending on others to buy sanitary pads.
Okay, thank you, Madam.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I am Mrs. Princess Ture, lecturer, Home Science Department, and head of Department of Home Science, Gambia College.
Can you tell us the importance of this particular training?
Yeah, as the previous speakers have already said, this training is so important, especially when we are dealing with 90% of our home science students are girls. It is very important that they all know how to make these reusable sanitary pads. And in turn, they also will teach others. It doesn't matter whether you are in the home science department or not. Because of this training we have, and because of the students we have already trained, almost everybody in the college will be able to know how to do it. And secondly, for me, it is a laudable exercise. I have learned a lot from it. I didn't know how to do it. I've been hearing about it, but luckily for us, CHE, through the coordinator of Madam Fibian, we were able to bring it here. And I appreciate that very, very, very much.
So after this training, do you think you go to your students and allow them to also train this particular kind of thing, and later they also train others?
Yeah. Already we are just doing the training of trainers, TOT, and we have some students from the Gambia College Brikama campus and some also from Basse campus. So these students now, we are also going to do a step down training. The lecturers of Gambia College and even the students that are here, we all do step down training to be able to teach more people. As Madam Fatu said, Fatmata said, we train, if I train 10 and you train 10, in turn, if we have to train up to 1 month, almost everybody will be trained. So it is something that we are not just going to do it here and stop here, we are going to continue.
Do you think using this particular reusable sanitary pad as like a business can create self-employment for others?
Yes, indeed. Not only others, starting with us, me sitting here. Yes, it can create another job for me. And in turn, when I teach somebody else, the person also will have job to do. Because we have a lot of people who are not doing anything, but if they are skilled in something, that can take them a long way. Even the students, they go to schools, they are able to create jobs for themselves, not only teaching in the classroom, but something extra they can do.
So for the male counterpart, what will be your message to them?
The male should be 100% involved in this. Let me say something. The sanitary pads we are buying that are imported into the country, if you go to the factories, you find men making these pads and packaging them. So what is wrong if our own men here also take part? There is nothing wrong. The paternity pads they are buying, they are being made in the factories by men. Few women you see there, everything is done by men. So what's the problem? If we in Africa, we don't want to do it. They are for our brothers, sisters, they are for our mothers, our cousins, and you the men, most of you would not like to be dishing out money all the time. So you are finding a way to cut down spending, and you'll be happy to know how to do this. And I'm telling you, even if you teach the men, if they cannot sit down and do it all the time, but I'm telling you, they can still go and find a tailor, show the tailor what to do, and then they make them, which is good for their family.
So, and for the students, what will be your message to them?
For the students now here on the TOT, I want them to continue. When they do the step down, they should not only stop where they are doing step down. When they get to their schools, they should also implement the same thing. Because if they leave the school, somebody else will come there. And if we have students there also who want to learn, there should be somebody to continue. Because these students cannot just learn And then they go wherever they go to the teachers, they find their home science teachers, and the students, they should also teach them how to do it. So there is continuity. We don't want it to stop.
What is your final message before we leave?
Okay, I just want to say a big thank you to CHE coordinator, our focal person, Mr. Ismail Abujang, and of course our professional, Madam Fatmata, for all the help they've given us. Never mind, we say we are home science teachers, but they also have to teach us what to do in this particular project. So I thank them very much, and together with the students, we want to say a big thank you. And I hope it will be put into practice, not only stopping here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Still with the interview right now. Students and teachers who are want to know how this will help them. What will you like to do after this particular
I can hold it.
Can you tell us your name, please?
My name is Madam Kumba Kume Kamara.
Are you a student or you are also a lecturer?
I am a lecturer, Gambia College, Basse Annex.
Okay. Yes. Why do you think this particular training is important?
This training is important because when I was coming for the training, I was eager to know what to be trained on. But when the day I arrived here, and I was told that I'm going to be trained on reusable sanitary pads, and I was shown the sample. First time I was scared. I said, how can I be able to do this one? But with the help of our trainers, so soft, and they are so easy going with us. The first day that we are shown how to cut and go with it, it was so simple. We know that it's simple and also since it's a skill, we love doing it. Yes. When we are doing it, you don't even doze. We are all busy. We will all be busy doing what we are because we are enjoying it so much. Yes.
I've seen some people, after making this sanitary pad, they will go and iron it. Why do you think it's important to iron this sanitary pad?
Yes, sewing and ironing goes together to straighten what you are doing. And also the other part is ironing also. The iron also kills microorganisms. Yes. In sewing, we use the iron to straighten what you are sewing and also to kill some microorganisms that may be present in the cloth that you are using.
So after this training, do you think you will go to your school and organize the same training there?
Yes, this is why we are called upon. As a lecturer, Gambia College, I heard you asking about, do you think the training will go to the rural areas? They were just training the urban. And down in Basedea, we are at the rural area, where most of our students come from the rural areas. So when we go back, we are going to train them how to do this, to do it by themselves. More training, we'll train more home science teachers, and not only home science teachers and female teachers, but also male teachers, because they will be the teachers going down to the rural areas. Most of them will be also posted in the rural areas. So you will see that most of the rural areas will have the opportunity through us, the Gambia College Basse Annex training teachers. Yes, when they go back to their schools, they can train more of their sisters and brothers.
Hey, Madam, what will be your final message for the viewership before we take a leave of you?
Yes, my final message to the viewers is that these reusable parts, before we normally say that we normally people normally buy and dispose it. When they dispose it, first time my parents, I used to hear them saying that women's menstruation should not be burnt. But nowadays, can we say that to our female students and our daughters? Because they use it and throw it away. And when it is disposed, it is normally being burnt. Yes, it's normally being burnt. And before, that is what we were advised on. You shouldn't allow your menstruation menstrual parts to be burnt. But now they are burning them. They are being disposed everywhere. Children will be taking them around. Sometimes when children are playing in especially in the rural areas, we don't have a dumping site which is far from people. Sometimes they will just go and dump them where children will come back and will be playing with them. Because some children don't know what is it, even what is staining on it. And so they pick it up, they will just go and be playing with it. And it's harmful to them, to their health. It's harmful to our health too. And also, when it is burnt, it can give our daughters and our sisters another disease that we don't know about. And also, we see global warming. Now, the environment, everywhere you go, especially when it rains, you will see it and it's so dirty, so messed up. So with these reusable sanitary pads, when you use it, you can wash it clean and you keep it and you use it. You don't have to throw them. That's why it's called reusable. You use it, use it, use it. With cleanliness, just clean it. After using it, wash it clean, dry it, keep it. Nowadays we don't have, some toilets don't have outside drying. It's indoor drying. That indoor drying, after drying it, still now, I will be advising our sisters and our daughters, let them take an iron, then iron it so that microorganisms can be killed. Yes, because the cleanliness is also very, very important in it, in the reusable parts, or else it can give you itches here and there. So that is what I have for and thank you. I'm saying so thank you so very much to our trainers also for this laudable initiative. It's so welcoming and it's so timely. Yes.
Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you very much.
I will go to another student.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Adama. Yes, I'm a student from the Basel College. Basel Honors.
Coming all the way from Basel?
Yes.
That's very good. Now, can you tell us the importance of this training?
This training is very important because personally, I'm a person that when people benefit from me, I feel happy, and this is also a way that people can benefit from me because these are great initiatives. Like these sanitary pads that we are making, the reusable sanitary pads, we can make it and use it for ourselves as women. We can also go and teach others to make how to make it and use it for themselves and also train others. You can also make it and sell it to others to gain finance, to gain fund from it. And also, like, personally, since I started this training, it came in my mind that I have, like, if I go back home, I can make this and use it for myself. Also, if my brother's wife gave birth, like they train us how to make sanitary pads for heavy bleeding, and this postnatal bleeding is a heavy bleeding. And sometimes, if you want to buy sanitary pads for all this, you're gonna get all this money to buy all those money to buy sanitary pads for all those while because that bleeding is heavy. But if you have somebody that can make this for you, and be giving it to you. You can be using this. Even if you have to, you can be exchanging them. If you use this one and wash and dry, you can take this other one also and wash it without even taking out money. So it's very, very important, because first I'm learning a new skill, and also I can use it for myself. It will contribute to my health and the health of others actually, and also I can also make it and give it out to my sisters and others. I can also transfer the skill to them. So it's very important.
Now, can you tell us what have you learned since you started this program?
I've learned a lot actually, because at first, like others said, and when we were even coming from Basi, they only told us we are going to train, we are going on training, we are going to be trained so that we can come back and train others. And the time we came, we some materials were given to us, so we started working. It is a new thing. I've learned a lot. I've learned how to mix a sanitary pads that is having a little proof, so that if I am using it, I won't stain myself, and I can also train others how to make it. I'm like before, our parents at home, they used to make local parts for us, but those ones we do not even go for a few hours. It will stain your clothes. But for this one, yeah, like you see this white stuff here is a leak proof, like this. You can be using this so long. This is going to control every other liquid. Like if you put even water, if you put it in it, it doesn't leak. So having the menstrual blood will not pass through. You can be using this. It is very safe and secure. So I've learned so many things so far. I've also learned how to I've learned on something also, how to go and transfer the skill to others.
What will be your final message to other students who are not part of this program?
Yeah, my message to the people outside there is, anytime that you have an opportunity like this to be part of the trainers or the trainees, and do not let it go. Utilize that opportunity and grab it. You go and train because it's important. Yourself, you will benefit from it, and also um, you will also transfer the benefit to others. Like, it is very important because this is a very good initiative. It's going to substitute for the other the disposable parts, because those parts that we used to use at schools, in schools, you use it and you will dispose it. And also sometimes it's not even hygienic because it is costly. Some students, like some girls, will be using one for so long, that is which is not healthy. It's not good for your health. You will be using it for so long, it will even start smelling, and that causes infections and itching. So, but this can replace it. So, anywhere you see somebody selling this or making this, go near to the person and get this, because to me this is better, because this is something that you be used. It is made in your country. You know that it is safe. It is chemical free and plastic free. It will save you. Hygienically, it is good for you, and also it's not costly. So you can grab this one and substitute it with the other sanitary pads. Yeah, that's the advice that I have for.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, just tell us how you actually make this thing and why do you have to iron it?
Okay. Like when we started, this was the first layer that we made. That was the wax. This one. It was the first layer that we made, and the second layer is the lip proof. Like this one, if you pour their water, still now it will hold the water. It will not go out. That's why they call it the lip proof. And this one is the towel that is going to absorb the blood. In case it escapes this one, it will fall on this one. And this one is the last one. Now it cannot escape from this one because of the lip proof. And okay, why we normally iron this? Like now you see, I'm sewing. I was sewing this thing. Now I have to do it like this. I have to turn it like this. You see? Then I will use the iron. Using the iron will help me like to have the correct shape. That's why we are sewing and at the same time ironing it. And also why we advise people like to use iron to iron it, like after using this, if you use it already, you have to wash it with this light detergent. You understand? After washing it, you have to dry it either indoor or outdoor. Anyone you use, after that, you have to iron it to kill the bacteria. Then after this step, like we have to make a bag, a storing bag. Now we will make two bags. If it's dirty, we will store it in the other one, and if it's clean, we store it in the other one, so that like it's easy. For instance, as Madam Kamata said, if you are traveling, like you can't have a place where you can wash it. Now you can keep it in the bag that you label as a dirty one. Now if you come back home or you reach your destination, you can bring them out, wash, dry, and iron it. And
Now, like if you have two parts, can you be extending them for almost 1 year? Like if you use this one, you wash it, and later use the other one. You can use two of them for almost 1 year.
1 year, no, you can use two of them. Maybe if you have maximum 5, it will help, because if you use two of them, like you cannot use it maybe a day, because you are going to bleed throughout the 24 hours. You cannot use two. If you use two, like you change the other one maybe 4 hours, and you change the other one before the other one will dry, maybe it will take time. Now you have to have maybe 5. If you use the first one, like that one, it's already full, you have to bring it out, wash it, and exchange, use another one. After that, you exchange out, because what I'm advising, like you can use maybe 4 every day, because maybe 4 hours or 3 hours. It depends on how you bleed. If you have like heavy bleeding, you can use maybe 5 of them a day, exchanging them per hour. Others can change in maybe 3 hours, or they can go 4 hours. It depends on how you bleed.
So those 4 can be used for almost a year.
The 5.
The 5 or the 4 can be used for almost a year.
No, because if you can use it, maybe it depends on how you wash it. You know, other people when they are washing, maybe other people they will prefer using washing machine. Other people would decide to use their bare hands. Other people would decide to use this local made that they normally call banco, and those things can spoil this thing. And if it spoils, you have to buy another one to replace it. I would advise people you can use your hand because it's very soft to wash it.
Okay. Okay. Now, can you tell us what materials you use to make this thing?
Yeah, this is wax.
Okay.
We use wax, and this first layer is wax, and the second one is lip proof, because like it's the last, because it can absorb the blood, and the blood cannot escape from this thing. Because for instance, let me just have in the water, I'll give it a bottle. Okay, like this. If you do like this, like there's nothing. You see in my palm, there's nothing that is coming out. Now this is there to absorb. Like if it escape the first layer and the second one, the third layer will control it. That's why we are advising people to use the lip proof. Yes.
Okay. So that the water will
Well, you will not stain yourself. Yeah. Okay.
So can you tell us which school do you belong to? Do you come from Basse to come here? Or?
No, I'm from Nyomi,
Okay.
a village called Essel.
Okay. But you are attending school here?
Yeah, I'm a student of Gambia College.
Gambia College. I learned that others came all the way from Basse.
Yeah, others came from the way, like from Basse to come and attend this workshop so that they can go back and train their fellow students.
So, do you think it is important to include the men to also be part of this particular?
Yeah, we can include the male, because for instance, you have a wife and like
a child is going through menstrual cycle and the mother is not there, as a father, you have to know, because this is something that is natural. You have to learn a lot about it so that if your wife is not there or your wife is there, you can still assist your girl child and tell her how to do it, because most of the people are not been taught how to use the sanitary pads, and they have to be aware of that.
Yeah, schools like the Islamic schools, are you also planning to include them in this particular program? Because actually, some of them are not with the Gambia College. I don't know whether you will want to organize this training to benefit them as well.
Yeah, since this training, if we can extend it to worldwide, it will be very better, because I think it's dealing with human beings. And also, like those Islamic students, they have to get to know a lot about this sanitary pad. It will help, because you see, last I bought a pad, it was 75. And if you're from a family that are not as strong in finance, like it will be very difficult, because if you sometimes other people will use 2 packets and will 150, it's very costly. And at the end, like if you try this one, it can last long, because those one, if you use it, you have to dump it.
And it's cost effective, right?
Yeah, and that one also is cost effective.
So what will be your final message?
What I'm trying to say, like, I want all the males and the females to be like to come up so that we can help each other work in a glove, so that the things we can spread, because we alone we can go, but we cannot reach our destination without the other gender. Yeah, they are also to help each other.
So, and your name? What's your name? We forgot to.
It's Cecilia Kodinjai. Cecilia Kodinjai.
Cecilia Kolinjai.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
This particular training is important.
Yeah, my name is Sanitary, a lecturer from Gambia College School of Education, Home Science. Yeah, it's very important because it's a skill that we learn to earn. The nature we are ladies, it's very easy for us to be infected, and most of these things are caused by not performing personal hygiene during menstruation. So that is why we say this one is very important, not only for this thing, but also to how to take care of ourselves and our young ones, our students and children.
After this program, do you want to go and train others who are not part of this program?
Yeah, that's the essence why we are here. That's the essence why we are here. We want to make step down training for our students that are coming and that are going also. And also not only that, for our neighbors that we are living with. And if schools are close to us, we are ready to have our child. So that they will know how to make these ones for economical purpose and also to perform hygiene.
I was asking her about the Islamic schools who are not part of this training. Will you like to spread your tentacles to schools?
Yeah, we will. If we have our step down training, we try to invite some of them. Also, the neighbors that we are living with,
So, what is your final message?
yeah, I'm appealing to the general public for everybody that is working that this program is very important because this one you can use it comfortably, it has no side effects, and it costs less. And we know the material that are made out of it. So the moment we're supposed to use for those disposal, we can use it for all things. And also how to take care of ourselves to avoid infection. And this infection can proceed up to where we get married, we can have a home until you can have a child and start blaming others. So you know that the infection started from there. So I'm appealing everybody to use it and make sure that perfect hygiene is done. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Madam, I can see you are sewing. Yes, can you tell us your name and the reason why you are here?
I am Hawaba, a student of Brazil campus. Like how to make the material we can use in making this material.
What have you learned so far since you started this training?
Yeah, I've learned a lot in this material parts. I know how to make them because at first the day we come, we were informed that we are to make sanitary parts, but then it was confusion though because I don't know how are we going to use these sanitary parts, how are we going to make them. It was unknown to me. But then after the second day, I was comfortable because I've seen the materials used and I know they are safe. As a lot of materials are used, we use oil and we use this cotton material, they are 100% cotton. And I know they are smooth, soft, and very comfortable. Like if we have to use them, they are comfortable. Yeah.
So after finishing this training here, are you planning to go and organize training around the Basen?
Yes, of course. That is what is expected of us. After attending this training, we know how and the materials that we should use to make these sanitary pads. So we are expected to follow step-down training in our various schools. Like as a student teacher, after conducting those trainings in our school, then when we are posted to different schools, especially in the rural areas, I am from the rural areas in so it will be very useful for us to conduct this kind of trainings there because there we are like it is very difficult for us to have this disposable sanitary pads. So if we can have these reusable sanitary pads, they are very, very important to us. Before going to the shop, buying these disposable sanitary pads, and most of the time when we travel, it is very difficult for us to dispose those ones because as a stranger, just go to a place and like some of us will feel shy to ask where is the toilet, I want to dispose this part. Also, but then if you have these reusable parts and you have different bags, so after using the part, you can just fold it and keep it in the bag safely and use another part without facing any difficulty. But then with the disposable parts, you face a lot of difficulties as these ones we know how they are made. We make them ourselves. We know the type of materials that are used. They're 100% cotton, and we use leak-proof materials, so they are safe. We can use them. We are the one who made them. But the disposable parts, we don't know how and where are they made from. So it is very unsafe for us to use those disposable parts. These ones are safe.
So what will be your message to our viewers?
Okay. All right. My message to the viewers is let us try by all means, ask my colleagues, let us try by all means and conduct step down trainings. And as home science student teachers, let's try and extend this to our students so that it should be worldwide. Like buying those parts is expensive. As those in the rural areas, it is difficult sometimes to afford to buy those disposable parts. But if you have a skill, you'll be able to make these parts, use them, and store them properly, and you feel comfortable. As the name implies, reusable sanitary pads, they are environmental friendly. So you cannot just dispose them anywhere, but after you can wash, iron them, and keep them safely without disposing them to the environment. They are environmental friendly and they are very safe. We are not using any chemicals in making these parts. So my advice: we all try by all means use these sanitary pads. They are safe and affordable. Thank you.
I hope this training will not only be limited to schools. We
No.
also want to extend your tentacles to the
Yes,
to
it
the
will not be
communities, right?
limited to schools only, but it will be extended like in the villages, like our remote villages. We don't even have those disposable sanitary pads, but we use like clothes sort of. But then when with this knowledge and skill, I'll be able to extend it in my village so that we'll be able to use this disposable and this
reusable sanitary pads without facing any difficulties. And thanks to the CHE project and Madam Fatu. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Yes, we have another important person here. Yes, madam, can you take the mic, please? Yes. Tell us your name and the reason why you are here.
Thank you very much. I am Victoria O. James. I am Victoria O. James, and I'm a lecturer here in Gambia College, Home Science Department. Um, I am here as one of the participants in the training of the reusable sanitary pad organized by the CHE group led by our beloved Sister Fabian. So,
What have you learned since you started this training?
wow, beautiful question. I've really learned a lot. At the beginning, I was somehow, I said, yes, it's good, reusable sanitary pad, but I was like, what is it going to look like? And because I've actually seen something like this, but not like this exactly outside before now. So I was like, why would we be going? We didn't need, I did. But then now at this point, I can boldly say I'm really happy, so glad that I am part of this training, because I've learned how to make a beautiful, neat. You can see how beautiful this sanitary pad is. Initially, I was like, how can we just use this thing like this? It doesn't look nice. How are we going to even dry it? Looking at this, but with the finished product, I say that no, it's really worth it. I've really learned a lot. Thank you.
Seeing yourself attending training with your students, how do you feel? How does that make you feel?
Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, we are all learning. Even as lecturers, we all learn. Every human being on earth will continue to learn. The moment we stop learning, to me, we will start depreciating in knowledge. So we continue to learn. So learning together with our students is, I really enjoy it. Anyway, yeah. You see, us, in fact, we've been working together. She assists me in some things. I assist her in some of the things. So it's been beautiful.
So after this training, are you expected to go and organize your own training at your schools?
Yes, of course, that is what is expected of each and every one of us. That after this training, we too we should train others. There is going to be a step down training for other students or for even other people. Yeah, going into our communities. I've been seeing myself getting involved in this in my communities. That so that people can be learn this skill and then be more aware of it, and then at the end it's the profit is beneficial to everyone. Yeah.
Madam, what is the difference between these reusable sanitary pads and that of the
The
disposable
disposable one.
one? Yeah. What is the difference?
Thank you. Yes, of course, there's a great difference, because this we use materials, different materials from what is being used with the disposable sanitary pad. The disposable sanitary pad, of course, most of the things they use there, maybe we cannot even access it. We don't even know. We don't really know what they are made up of. And of course, as we have been saying, they contain certain chemicals which may be not be too good for health. Okay, but these, the materials, right from beginning to the end, these are the things we know. We're using the towel, the leak proof, the cotton, 100% cotton wax. So these are the things we know. So, and that is the difference. Okay, and apart from that, in the use, we call this reusable.
So that means it can be used and be reused.
Again and
Okay?
again.
Yes, again and again. So we can use it, wash it, keep it clean, and then use it again. Unlike the disposable, as the name implies, you use and dispose. Yes.
So what will be your final message to our viewers before we take a leave of you?
Yeah. To our viewers that are watching us, I want to say that this is a great project by CHE, that is Comprehensive Health Education. And of course, I think this is also in collaboration with Ministry of Basic Education. And this is a great effort. In fact, bringing it down to us, we really appreciate this. And but we want each and every one to embrace this. This is what can help our communities, the rural areas, even the elites. Yes, once they get to know this, they can make use of this. It helps our environment. Many of the speakers have talked about how it is environmental friendly. Yes, of course, because disposing this is, honestly, we know that sanitation, waste disposal in this country is a menace. But with the use of this, we know we are already safe from that problem. So I want to say that everyone should embrace it. As many people that are there that they can support this project, they can support taking it to different communities, we will really appreciate. Because yes, let's say from here, if I decide to train a community, the materials will be provided. Like this training we are undergoing now, we didn't buy any of the materials by ourselves. The materials are provided. So if you are taking it to any community too, so that is expected of us. So, and that needs funding. So as many people that are capable, anywhere they are, our Gambians in diaspora, they can come to support this project so that we can take it to every community in the Gambia. Thank you so much.
Welcome, madam.
Yeah.
Viewers, as we all hear, we are inside the Gambia College right now to witness this training on the reusable sanitary pads that is organized by CHE, that is the Comprehensive Health Education. As you can see right now, participants have expressed their appreciation in this particular kind of training. They've actually told us what they learned since they started this training. So I think from now on, most of you will be willing to come and be part of this particular training so that you can help yourself and others. Are we about to come to the climax of the program? That is to have interview with the lady behind everything. You can remember her face right now. Okay. Can you tell our viewers your name, please?
Thank you, Fan TV, for always following us wherever we go. And we really appreciate your stand anywhere. Anytime we call upon Fine TV, they always there present to disseminate what we are doing for those who are not present physically. So today we are with the Gambia College at Brikama, and we are here since on Monday doing the training TOTs for Gambia College lecturers and students, both Brikama and Basse. So it's a 5-day long long week training that we are doing. And the concept behind this training is to add other additional skills for them, because we know that all of them are doing home science. Most of them are doing home science. At the level of the Gambia College Brikama, we have about 130 students, home science students, and we have also 5 lecturers, 5 home science lecturers. And at the Basse campus, we have 1 lecturer there, home science lecturer, and 37 students at the Basse campus. So, but we did a random selection, because training minimum amount of people, it becomes quality work that we are doing. So after our 5 days training, those who have been trained will do a step down training to their students as well, from both Brikama and Basse campus. So we started this training with the Girls Pride, who's always supporting us when it comes to the reusable sanitary pads. And where this concept came from is from our research findings, the comprehensive health education research findings that we conducted in 43 schools and also 28 communities in Region 1. And out of our findings, we found out 1 issues about menstruation, menstrual hygiene management, and also lack of sanitary pads as well. So lack of sanitary pads always make students not to go to school. Sometimes they miss lessons after in schools. And the other aspect of it is most of them also, when it comes to how to manage their pads, because using this, most of them, they use the disposable sanitary pads, but most of the time, the amount of time that they use it in them can cause a lot of infections. So because normally this one is a disposable one, you use it and just dispose it, and it should not be more than 3 hours. But it depends on also the flowing of the period. So because some they have light flow, and some they have medium flow, and some they have heavy flow as well. So if a particular girl is using this with a high flow, you cannot use it more than 1 hour or even 30 minutes. So it needs to be changed every 30 minutes. Likewise, the medium flow. For the light flow, it can stay for at least 3 hours, but not more than 3 hours. And then once you use it, you have to discard it. So our findings and our communication with the school principals and the teachers mentioned to us that normally students, they use this and just trash it in the toilet anyhow, or some they take it, they end up putting it inside the toilet and just flush it, which causes a lot of blockages. That's why they propose for us how we can alternate by providing sanitary pads for them using our local material, because we know that in the 90s or 80s or 70s, our grandparents, they normally use the normal towels. They use normal towel and just, wrap it and just then use it. Any of their cloths, they use it and just put it so that it can absorb their blood. But we are now with this, from this disposable to reusable. So this reusable is the concept of Girls Pride, and Girls Pride, they are here in the Gambia to provide alternative for the Gambian and also help eradicate period poverty. So with this, we started with the project, Comprehensive Health Education Project, in partnership with Girls Pride. We train 30 home science teachers in the region from the piloted schools, because not all schools are doing home science. So we train about 30 of them, and out of the 30, now in the schools like Gambia High, they have produced 2,000 sanitary pads for the past 1 year for their students. So now, when the students go, they have already created a pad bank. If a student go to the pad, they give it to them. They give them both disposable and reusable. But now they are even calling upon for the usable because it is cost effective. So they're using this. Other schools, we have been training them. And now even boys are also part of the training. So out of the 30 schools, now we have trained way more, almost like 500 students from the TOTs, including the madrasa schools, because we have trained also the madrasa schools, and they're also training their students as well. So now we come into the Gambia College because we have trained Girls Pride in partnership with Comprehensive Health Education. We have trained 30 teachers,
those are in-service teachers. And at the level of the college, they're the ones who produce teachers for Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. So training the lecturers and also the final year students or the final year diploma students, it can be a positive outcome because them training the students here at the college who are doing home science, they are pre-service. Once this incorporate in the schools, it will be something like a continuous thing. So it's better than training the lecturers here than training those who are there, because if we train them, it's going to be an easy access for all the students or all the schools to be able to learn how to make sanitary pads. So they train the pre-service. Since we've started the training the in-service, now we will continue with the pre-service because it's going to be a good thing for us and also for Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. Instead of taking someone else to train them, but those who produce the teachers for them, they've already have the knowledge and additional skill. Training the pre-service, once they are in the school, it's going to be a continuous strength. That's why we're here to train them for 5 days, and I've seen that they really had even passion. They fall in love with what they are doing. So when you see that, if you come, let's do this, they say, oh no, wait, let's finish this. So at the beginning, as they all mentioned, it was somehow a doubt or confusion what's going to be the outcome. But now they're so, most of them have sown different, like more than 5, I believe, for the past 4 days. They have at least minimum of 3 or 4, but they are now expert in this. So we have established a collaboration. The Comprehensive Education have established a collaboration with the Gambia College. So in terms of skills, in terms of training on reproductive health for the youth, in terms of training on sanitary pads and other things that they request, we'll always be there and assist them. So this will also help us when we are doing a scaling up, because we don't intend to stop in Region 1, we intend to go to other regions as well. So the students that they are training, they're not going to be in Region 1 alone, but they will go to other regions as well. So once they have that added knowledge and added skills based on what they have been trained, I believe that anywhere they go in their teaching practice, they will always replicate whatever it has been taught to them.
Yes, madam, we've seen of the students and teachers who are part of this training here, like most of them are from the English schools. What plans do you have for the madrasa students and teachers?
When we started initially with the training, as I mentioned earlier, we have trained some madrasa teachers. And those madrasa teachers, they're from the Amana schools. They are now training also, doing TOTs for the Amana schools. In Region 1, we have 40 Amana schools here, but we have only reached 10 Amana schools. So part of our plan, for our scaling up, we intend also to continue the training like we are doing for the Gambia College. So we also plan to train the non-conventional schools, that's the madrasas. We train them on how to make, because they really appreciate this and they really want to learn more of this. Not only the minor schools, also we also have trained the special needs schools, where you covered it that day. We train the special needs schools like St. John's School for the Deaf. So they are part of it, and Gadok as well, they are part of it. So they are also training. I've seen that they are training. So any school that requests, we are not imposing anything to any school, but any school that requests for us to train them, we always train and also provide materials for each school. So the project have allocated that for each school that have requested for the initial stage. So if at all it's going to be a continuous thing, then schools will be identified where they can get the materials. The materials are all locally available, but the project is providing currently materials for schools that request for it. So the training of the Gambia College has requested for it. So we have provided all the materials that they need to train for the next 200 students. We've provided the materials for them, and I believe that once all of them go to their different areas, they will continue the process.
Madam, can you tell us some of the challenges that you are facing right now, or since you started this particular project?
Okay, since we started the particular project, like challenges are bound to happen anytime, but this is a project. Projects are meant to phase out. But I believe that as we have added additional knowledge, as dollars have come and contributed, we just begging the Gambia government or the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education to take ownership of this and look into eradicating the disposable and come into the reusable, because the reusable can really help us a lot, and it can help us not only today but also the future. So the challenge, one of the challenges is like the funding. Funding. If we can have funders who can always provide these things for them to sow, because I believe that whatever we do now is what we really. I believe that these sanitary parts that they are sowing is going to be used. So I always say we sow what we use and use what we sow, as a lady or as a woman. So these things can end period poverty. As I said, one of the challenges is funding gaps. So if we have more funders who can come on board to support our society, support the young people, support the women as well, so that they can be able to provide these materials. It's locally available at the markets, and most of them now have added knowledge and skills on how to make it. Yes.
Finally, Madam, what will be your final message to our viewers?
Final message to our viewers is like, we should not underrate what we are doing, because it can prevent a lot of health hazards, a lot of infections as well. So what we are doing is a skill. So we should not say that, oh, I cannot hold this, I cannot do that. It is messy and all that stuff. Because whatever is coming here, every woman should be proud of what you see every month, because every woman deserves to bleed. As far as you have reached reproductive age, you deserve to bleed. It's a pride of every woman. Once this happens, you just use it and then wash it, dry it, and iron it. So you should not say, no, I cannot hold it, but it's from you. So what I'm saying is, let us try and be using our own. We are sowing what we're going to use, and we use what we're going to sow to end period poverty. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome, Madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Viewers, as you can see, Madam has spoken. She has said everything about this particular program. We will soon draw down the curtain here. Maybe till we come your way tomorrow. Then we will actually be covering the final day of this particular event, where a lot of people were present. On that note, we thank you so much for always choosing Fine TV as your only TV, your only viewpoint. Thank you so much.